ID law. This is NBC 10 News.
Now to a landmark Supreme Court decision for the LGBTQ community. Today, the justices decided in two cases that a key provision of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which in part bars discrimination based on sex, also covers sexual orientation and transgender status. The court split 6-3 with Justices Alito, Kavanaugh, and Thomas dissenting. Now, today's ruling makes it illegal to discriminate based on gender identity or sexual orientation in any workplace.
NBC 10 investigative reporter Mitch Blocker takes us through the historic ruling and what it means here at home.
It's a significant day for equal rights under the law in America. The conservative-leaning U.S. Supreme Court delivered a 6-3 decision, making it illegal for any employer to discriminate because of someone's sexual orientation or gender identity.
For our economy to succeed, everyone has to be respected and treated equally under the law.
As the senior vice president of the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, Jonathan Lovett sees the business impact. He told us he was stunned by the court's decision.
I think many would be surprised that even several of the leading conservative figures on the court sided with the LGBT community for one fundamental reason. Equality is what makes America great. It always has and it always will.
The Supreme Court ruled on a case out of Georgia where a government employee sued saying he was fired for being on a gay softball team. The lower court ruled sexual orientation wasn't covered under the Civil Rights Act. But today, in a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court said that's wrong. President Trump's appointee, Neil Gorsuch, joined George W. Bush appointee and Chief Justice John Roberts in the majority. And Justice Gorsuch wrote the majority opinion, saying in part, "Today we must decide whether an employer can fire someone simply for being homosexual or transgender. The answer is clear."
I think about how incredible it is that I live in a city like Philadelphia where I can put my husband's photo on my desk and be proud of that. But in too many places across the country, up until today, putting your husband or wife's photo on your desk meant the chance of being fired that same day. Well, that's no longer going to happen in our country.
In 1975, Pennsylvania became the first state to ban government employment discrimination based on sexual orientation. New Jersey and Delaware have statewide protections for both sexual orientation and gender identity. Many gay rights groups say today's court decision may be more significant than even the one that provided marriage equality. Not every American gets married, but most need or want a job. In Philadelphia, I'm Mitch Blocker, NBC.